Yeah. And I think, as a practitioner of human-centered design, I think thinking about your customer should be the way that you do everything in your business. So from marketing to how you build your product. So a lot of startups that I work with will use kind of these human-centered design principles to focus on what is it that our customer wants out of this product. But then when they start thinking about their marketing or how they position themselves when they're in the market, that kind of goes out the window. And I see a lot of startup founders, especially, high tech folks, they get really geeked out and excited about their technology. And I do too. I'm right there with them. I want to know how this AI engine behind what you're doing works, or whatever the technology is behind what it is that you're doing works. But, the person who's the end user for your product, or that actually has to make the purchase of your product, they just want to know how it's going to make a difference in their lives. What are you doing to solve the problem? How do you boil it down to something that truly makes sense? So when I look at a startup and they're talking to a hospital, or they're talking to a hospital administrator, and they start going into this, 10-hour dissertation about how great their algorithms are, the leadership team there doesn't care. They care that you are HIPAA compliant and all that other great stuff. Yes, we get that. But from the get-go, how do we pull them in and make them understand that what you're going to bring to the table is going to change the lives of the patients that you serve, going to make their length of stay shorter, going to make them heal faster, going to make them, happier with the service that they're getting from the hospital? How's it going to make the lives of the providers, the nurses, the physicians, clinicians any better? Or is it? How is it going to integrate into their workflow? So there's a lot of different key messages that you have to give back to these hospitals. But honestly, it all boils down to one thing. It's exactly what you're doing here on this podcast, that human to human connection.